Namaste. Teresa Von Braun here, Seosis Mystery School, spiritual consultant. Our video today is going to be on the February energy update. EGADS. EGADS is what I can say. And other, not so public words. But anyway, what a crazy, crazy, crazy time. I can go a long ways before I use the word crazy. In fact, I usually try to help people understand that they're not crazy. They're just psychic. And this is crazy times. And so it's scary. It's very scary what's happening in our country. And it's very scary what's happening. And there's a universal focus here to try to help balance not only unity between the big splits in our country, shall we say political, Democrat and Republican. I'll try to do this without becoming really partisan, but there's also the splits in people where so many people have kind of gone off the deep end. They've gone off the deep end. Please don't let yourself go off the deep end. Try to maintain some balance and sanity. There's probably some truth in everything, but these conspiracy theories and how extreme they've gotten and the advocating of such crazy things and dangerous things and violent things, that is way too far. You cannot go with that. It's not only not helpful to your country, your family, it's not good for your soul. Your soul must maintain some sense of understanding of the bigger picture of what's happening. We're in such a divide. We're in such a crazy time. We're with people that are in high levels of government that are, shall we say, have drank the Kool-Aid, and they're coming from a very crazy place in order to try to keep their position of power, and that is not a good place for people to come from. And so for those of you that thought that the elections and Biden winning the elections was going to have everything go back to normal, there is no normal. We are not going back to normal. Maybe there'll be a new normal, and I hope that will be so in a positive way. We're not going back to normal. We're going to be in a fight here, and I hate to use that word. We're going to need to make a stand. We're going to need to make a fight. We're going to have to be vigilant in a positive way about what's happening and what's being passed and what's being put over on us, okay? And whichever side, whichever party you're with, find some common sense. Find some middle ground in yourself. Find some place where you can begin to think of what is better, not only for you, but for the whole country. And stop attacking, okay? Especially on a racist level, on an economic level, on a gender level. That attack needs to stop, but that attacking is going to increase. It's being talked about, it's being brought out. I'm going to do a channeling from Demeter, okay, on going along with the divine feminine and what's needing to happen now for the divine feminine to arise, for the goddesses to arise, for the females to arise. But the females are being very attacked now, and that is going to continue. It's important. It's important to meditate. It is important to keep your center. It is important to keep rational. It is important to edit what you are watching or hearing or reading, no matter what the source is. It's important, I think, to check out different sources of things, not just the ones that you agree with, and to have that in yourself. I mean, the schools have spent years not teaching our children to critically think. Well, the adults are not critically thinking either in a positive way of really dissecting what is really being said and what is really being done, okay? You also need to look at the actions. Actions always and always have spoke louder than words. And so, I'm inviting you to watch what is happening and see the pattern that's been ongoing for quite a while now, even before the last administration. And to see that and to critically think about what you might and might not do with that, okay? Are you going to go along with it? Or are you going to make a stand for something else? Try to keep it positive. We need all the positivity right now on this planet that we can get. Other countries are uprising, other coups are happening, other things are occurring. We're setting the tone. The United States is setting a tone. It's been in the world for a long time, and now it's here. Evil's here. It's taking over. It's possessing people. That is what you need to understand, okay? Those that are inclined towards greed and power and that kind of thing are much more susceptible to evil possessing them, and that is occurring. And I know these are strong words to say, but look at the news. Look at what's happening. Check it out on different levels. The other thing that you need to watch out for in your personal lives, as well as what's happening politically, what's happening in the larger picture, is this psychological term called projection. It cracks me up. And I see it somewhat on both sides, but I certainly see it from the Republican Party, to get partisan here, is that they do something and then they project it onto the other side. They project it onto other people, just like men do things to women and then they project it onto women, or they project it onto others, depending on their gender and racial type and all of those things. So it's important to really understand projection. That's where you take something you've done and you're saying somebody else is do it. That's where you're taking the dark side of yourself and you're putting it out there, saying that it's coming from someplace else. It's a non-owning of your own issues, and that's what we're seeing right now in high levels of government, a non-owning of what's happening. No apologies, no, owning what happened, no trying to change it, but still going along with what has been going on. This is going to continue in February. It's going to continue probably longer than February, but there needs to be a soul stance on this, not just a political stance, not just a mental opinion stance, not just an emotional reaction. There needs to be a soul stance, and we need to respond to what is happening here and how we have thought of being an American is drastically changing. Americans refer to it as the starving month, okay? You're running out of your stores of food, and for a lot of people in this country it is the starving month. They cannot feed their children, and so hopefully there will be economic help coming soon for those people. Hopefully we can all do individually what we can do with that, okay? There is such an imbalance. It's not even the right word. It's not even anywhere near a balance. There's such an difference, extreme difference in the incomes of people in this country, and that is not what the divine wants. That is not what the guardians that are here trying to help us through this time, that is not what they want. It's fine for people to make money, and fine for people that are good businessmen or brilliant people to make lots of money, but everyone should be able to make money. And so in this time of COVID, which will continue and will continue for quite a while, and there is hope on the front of that, is what I'm hearing from different news forecasts. But in this time of COVID, it is important to realize that the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer, and that is continuing, and that split is huge. The economic split is unbelievable in this country. So for us, okay, on a personal level, work with not projecting, work with not accepting projections any way you can. Work with healing the split in you any way you can, spiritual, physical, mental, emotional, economically, politically, all of these levels of how we are so split in this country, the Great Divide. The Grand Canyon is nothing compared to what we're going through. And so we're going to feel that split very much so in February, very much so. And my hope about March is that we'll start to be climbing out of it a little bit, okay? There are good things coming. And hopeful things that are coming. But again, it's being overshadowed mostly by the split that keeps occurring, and the split that is just devastating to most of the world, but certainly to most of us Americans. So this is more political. This is more, than what I like to do in my videos here, but it's necessary. You have to start thinking. You have to start thinking for yourself. You have to edit the information you're taking in. You have to look at what is really true and what isn't, as much as we can discern that, okay, at any given time in any piece of information. There's always stuff going on behind the scenes. Trust that. There always, and there probably always will be. But there could be a lot more transparency. There can be a lot more openness. There can be a lot more of people demanding to know what's really happening and what's really going on, and demanding that our government is supporting us, not that we're just supporting them in keeping their jobs. So there's a lot to do here in February. Get busy. It's a busy, busy time while it's the starving month. Get busy doing all you can to nurture yourselves, take care of yourselves, heal the split in any way you can. Help each other. It's so much a time for helping each other to reach across the split. With your hands and your heart and your soul, and help each other. That is what this time is about. And if we can't do it now in a pandemic and what is happening politically and what is happening in our country, if not now, when will we do that? Really, if not now, when? If this is not calling you into that kind of loving action, what will? So, I think that's enough of what I have to say for today. So, please do the healing that is necessary. Namaste.